So I'm probably not going to make a habit of this, but I don't really want to have an intro when it comes to this podcast. But I guess for the first episode, the pilot episode, I'm going to kind of have to have one. So this is Gamers Coffee on the Seoul Dojo. For the past about week and a half, I've kind of been putting out little tweets and statuses here and there about how I'm working on this new podcast, which is this podcast called Gamers Coffee. I've came up with the name a long time ago, and someone told me that was kind of like the perfect name to kind of describe me as a person. So that's kind of what this podcast is too. It's like it's a podcast that's gonna get a little bit more on the personal side of I guess me, of course, and just me kind of blending my personal life with gaming, of course, because this is the Seoul Dojo. This is a gaming channel, so I'm gonna keep it relevant to that. So yeah, Gamers Coffee, dude. Like I'm not gonna have an intro every time I go on or every time I do a podcast. I don't want to be like Curtis Russell, Gamers Coffee on the Seoul Dojo. I'm just gonna start in. So, but this is Gamers Coffee. My name is Curtis Russell. If you guys, this is your first time on Spotify, we are on Spotify. If this is your first time on YouTube, on the Seoul Dojo, my name is Curtis Russell. This is the Seoul Dojo gaming channel. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because it helps me out a lot, and it continues me to make videos and stuff like that. So it's really great stuff. But Gamers Coffee, I really wanted to make a podcast like this for a while now. I just never found the right time, and I still feel like it's a little early to do something like this because I don't have this setup that I necessarily want just yet. I want like kind of like a green screen thing, or I want like a better background in my room too. So hopefully I get around to something like that. But I'm basically gonna be drinking coffee, talking about my life in games, and we're about to really get deep into it. I have a couple guests. I want to call my guests flavors, that the flavor of the episode, something like that. Somebody that's gonna bring a different dynamic to the podcast. And I already have a couple people lined up. I have my man Ronald Jackson, aka Deuce, who is a professional baseball player. I have him lined up to come on here. Can't wait to get him on here. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the comments if you guys are gonna enjoy it. But wow, that was a really long intro. I just really realized that was that intro was about almost 3 minutes long. But that is the only intro you will honestly get for Gamers Coffee. So welcome to the podcast. So my life revolving around gaming. It's been a while since I really sat there and thought about games that really impacted my life as when I was younger. Some of the games that pop into my head are like Crash Team Racing, and then like of course Pokemon. Pokemon was great. My man Keenan, he used to always know exactly where to go in Pokemon. I used to just kind of run around and just battle everything. But that was the first game that I can really remember back that I really, not say probably got me into gaming. But I think when I took that extra step into the gaming industry, into the gaming sphere, if you want to say, is definitely Halo. Like Halo 1, 2, and 3. I absolutely love Halo. And I don't express my infatuation with Halo enough. I don't express how much I love Halo enough. I don't. Because that game throughout like high school and even middle school, throughout high school was my bread and butter. I lived off that game. I absolutely loved that game, especially Halo 3. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. What to me the best game ever created is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now I got onto that game when I was in middle school, little ways after it's been released, of course. But that game is just everything about it is great, and it's one of those groundbreaking games. If I had to kind of name like a top three best games ever, it would totally be like probably Skyrim, Doom, and Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I think those three games have been just all three of them are amazing if I had to go like top three. But when I played Legend of Zelda, it was just, I see why everybody loved it. It's such a magical game. It really is. It's such a magical game. So told um such a great story, and I really love it, especially because it's not even like really necessarily an open world game. It has like more open areas, and I think that was really big, especially for the 64. And I know Mario 64 was kind of like that too. So it was just really big for the gaming industry at that time. So I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If you guys are watching on like YouTube, you guys can totally see what I'm drinking. This is one of the cups I got from Hawaii. It's Island Vintage Coffee. It's one of the bigger chains in Hawaii. Um, really good stuff. They do a lot of like sugary drinks. Like sugary, like you're already getting the caffeine high off of just the caffeine period, but you're getting all this sugary crap thrown into it. And but I'm just drinking like some regular coffee that I made. I'm gonna try to get like some different coffee on here so I can, probably do a little coffee review or something. There's a whole bunch of things I want to do with this podcast, and that's kind of what it's about. Like, that's kind of what this first episode is about, is just getting my feet wet with this kind of podcast. Because I used to do a podcast on Thursdays, with my man Jay, and then sometimes I would tackle it by myself, but I would tackle topics head on with that podcast. So it felt like I was doing a video for 30 minutes long. So like I would continuously talk about the topics, but this I can be a little bit more flexible. I don't have to continuously talk about video games. I can kind of slow down the tempo like I've been doing. I've been able to kind of think about what I want to say, and I really enjoy that right now. I really enjoy it. The next episode will definitely be about more on like being a YouTube gamer. Of course, like I said, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit that follow button too, because I'm gonna keep doing stuff. I'm gonna keep uploading this on the Spotify also, so you Spotify people can do it. Make sure you guys pay attention to what you're doing also, because a lot of people they're driving while listening to Spotify. You're running. Just be aware of your surroundings while you're getting this amazing content. And yeah, it's some great stuff. It's some great stuff. So I'll continue on like my life in gaming. Where I'm at right now with gaming, I find myself jumping to games early, but finishing them so late. I was gonna say, now the best example I can say right now is Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, I got it day one, started playing it, liked it, but it's gonna take me a while to beat it. And I found, and it's simple. I'm in my mid-20s, and it's like don't have the time to finish games like I used to. There was a point where I could finish games like really quick, and I finished a lot of them. But Horizon Zero Dawn is another one that I absolutely love. It just takes, it definitely, if you understand like work and bills and stuff like that, it takes time to beat these games, because it's not like I come home immediately and jump on the game. Sometimes I just really want to kick it, watch some YouTube, do this and that, but I still have that hunger and desire to finish the game. So at some point I will be finishing Kingdom Hearts like I finished Horizon Zero Dawn. I finished Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild really late, and that's a game you can kind of be flexible on. Like you can like straight up go to the castle and beat Ganon if you're that good, but I'm not that good. There was another game, Persona. I feel like I'll never finish Persona. I mean, I fall in Persona and then I fall out of it. And I think another thing is like you start playing different games too while you're trying to beat other games, and I try not to have that happen to me. This year we've had a barrage of like early games come out. You had your Kingdom Hearts, if you're playing Anthem, you had your Metro Exodus. The Division beta has been flying in and out, so you have a lot of games to play, especially for a person that has a big variety of games that you like me. So it's like you find yourself playing a lot, and it's like Jesus. And and I'm gonna get more into this when I do my YouTube, like me starting my YouTube channel thing, is like, are you doing it because you feel like you have to, like you're obligated, or are you doing it because it's legit fun? I ask myself that question all the time, and it always comes out to, no, I'm doing it for fun. I do the content because it's fun, and I play games because it's still fun. And I look and I get into the gaming industry because I'm interested, honestly interested, and it's fun. Like it's all fun. And as long as you do a hobby like this and you think it's fun, great. Like continue to do it. As soon as this feels like a job, stop doing it. Stop doing it because you don't need to do it. Here we have 250 subscribers. I love all of them. But if I don't feel like, if I feel like it's a job, my quality in videos are going to decrease, and it's not going to be fair to the people that are watching. So or listening if you're on Spotify. So that's why, like, that's a little piece of next episode. I can really get really deep into that. So I really like that. Let me talk about Metro Exodus for a minute. Metro Exodus is, I think somebody hit it right on the head. It's like a Game Informer article. Somebody said that it was the most depressing first-person shooter, and I think that's pretty much on the head. It's a very depressing game. It basically, if you don't know, it basically follows, like, there was like a nuclear war in the world, and, like, of course Moscow, Russia has been hit pretty hard by it, and, like, everybody thought, I don't want to spoil the game. I really don't want to spoil the game. Screw it. Okay, I'm gonna try not to spoil it. But of course, they thought that, they had to live in the metro. They had to live in the subway tunnels, right? So they're like, okay, we gotta live here, and we think everybody else is dead, or the rest of Russia is completely just blown to bits. There's nobody out there. So then, you set off on this adventure to find more civilization. So, basically it. The game is mega intense. The game is mega intense. I'm a person that I don't like being scared, and I'm scared in this game most of the time. If I had to make a guide on this game, I would say don't shoot. You don't need to shoot at everything. You can run, and run like hell, because everything in this game is bigger than you, and it's going to try to kill you. I mean, it's so good. It's a great game. It really is. It's not open world. It's like more like that open area thing where they beg for exploration in the game, because they want you to go into these tight spaces and quiet spaces where they can jump scare the hell out of you. And it is just nerve-wracking to me. It's almost like a chore to play the game. Not because it's bad. I think Metro Exodus is a great game, but it's just, I get anxiety, I get worried, I get scared. It's like so many things. So the game is doing a good job when it comes to that aspect. So, and that's why, like, I didn't really want to, like, do a separate video on, like, what I felt on Metro Exodus. So there you guys go. Metro Exodus, bang, it's great. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do recommend it 100%. I think it's a really good game. It does show its AA quality, I guess I can say. Is it maybe AA quality is probably something I can say. It's not, it's a polished game, don't get me wrong, but it's not Red Dead Redemption kind of quality. It's like maybe like the beginning of the PlayStation 4 era kind of quality. But I mean, it doesn't hurt the game whatsoever, really. I mean, it's great. It's a really good game. And the funny thing is, I can play survival games. I can play my Dead Space, Resident Evil. I don't know, these new Resident Evils. I don't know, Resident Evil, the way they've been showing it looks fun, and I still haven't played that either. But what other survival game I could think of? Outlast is a lot. Outlast is a big ask for me too. That's a lot. Tashelle, who actually did the logo for this channel, for this podcast, she loves games like that, which is great, because there's so many gamers that just love different kind of games and stuff like that. So Metro Exodus, if you haven't played it, great game, great stuff. So the runtime for Gamers Coffee, I would like for it to be 30 minutes to an hour, because it's only me talking, so like I can only say so much for so long or whatever. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast so far. had fun talking about Metro Exodus, all that great stuff. Um, let me revert back to like more gaming in my life. So like I said before, I moved on to Metro Exodus. You find yourself getting losing track of, not losing track of time, but you don't have as much time to game as I used to, especially not now. I'm working a lot more, and it just kind of comes out to like I don't play as much. Like kind of now, like when I have more free time to play games, I'm doing content for the games. So like I probably get like a few hours here and there, but I try to really enjoy the games, not try to blast through them and make sure I finish them, because that's a good accomplishment is when I finish a game, because then I can effectively talk about it whenever it pops up in conversation. Um, I remember playing God of War. Towards the end of God of War, I kind of wanted to finish it, so I was kind of rushing through everything. But I did enjoy the game throughout the whole time. Like I really did, and I really liked it. What other game have I finished recently? Uh, I know I finished a game recently, and I can't remember what game. Oh, what's Red Dead Redemption? Red Dead Redemption took me a while. Red Dead Redemption 2 took me a while. Of course, you guys know that's my game of the year of last year. God of War uh, won a lot of Game of the Year awards, which is really, I think, is really well deserved. It really is. It was either going to be that or Red Dead Redemption. You do have Celeste that was in there, which me and my man Mac from My Ninja Gaming, he played that game, and it was great. Great stuff. I really like that game because it you can tell it's not AAA quality. It's an independent game, I believe. Fact check me if it isn't. Let me know in the comments. But it's an independent game, and what I like about it is like you die a lot, but it just respawns you back in the same area. There's no like checkpoints or anything like that. There's no loads screens. You die, you get right back into it, and it's so addicting. I think that is the biggest thing about Celeste is it's so addicting, and sometimes it's small qualities like that that make games really good. Sometimes it's just small quality. It's like, okay, you have all this other stuff, but is it fun? Like, is it pure fun? And that's what Celeste is, addicting and fun. And I think those are underrated qualities. Like like you have Red Dead Redemption that has the AAA quality, but it does have its glitches, stuff like that. You have God of War that, in my personal opinion, a little bit of pacing issue, but a little bit of a pacing issue, but not as much as you would think. But those games AAA quality. You have Celeste. That's a way lower budget game, independent, and it's just simple and it's great, and that's why I got nominated for Game of the Year, because you can be simple. But sorry, I kind of just went off to that thing, independent games and stuff like that. I would love to hit that topic soon too. I don't even know where I was at. Time and games, I guess. That's what I was on. But yeah, when it comes to games like that, like it takes me months. It'll take me like 2 to 3 months to beat them, especially if there's no games in the way. I think the best time to really play video games is the summer, because you are out of school. You tend to have a little bit more time. I'm glad we're getting like a lot of these games like Days Gone, a lot of the Final Fantasy Switch stuff coming, because I feel like in the summer I game a lot, but there's not a lot of games to play. And this year seems like there's going to be a lot of games during the summer that are going to be great to pick up and play. I feel like this summer I play games like Planet Side, and I have my PC now, so Planet Side is like a great game to play during the summer. I think it's amazing. Stay in the house because it's hot outside. You feel me? Man. But it's always, I think, as adults, as we get older, that's what it's about. I mean, like, the average gamer is like, what, 35? I've read that 1,000 times. Like, I've really had a facts check myself like 3 times, because it's crazy to me. Like, the average gamer is 35. I remember playing Halo Online back when online gaming was online gaming. I mean, you could be in an open chat. Everybody's now doing the private thing now, but in an open chat, you legit met people, and I've met people 30 years old, kids, 9 to 5, playing Halo for hours. Commitment. Like, it really is a commitment thing, and you got to find the time to play games. Sadly, I'm trying to do this as a hobby, hopefully to the point I can get it to like where I can make a little bit of money on the side doing it, because I love doing it. Because I mean, why wouldn't you want to make money from what you love? But yeah, like it's finding that time is always difficult, and right now I'm finding it a little difficult. But as long as I stay up with gaming news and play my games here and there and play them enough where I can do, actually that's why I do first impressions on the Seoul Dojo, and I don't do full reviews, because I feel like I would be late to the party if I did a full review on a game. I would, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the most effective that the video can do, because there's nothing worse than doing a video that you worked hard on, you put it out there, it gets 5 views. Like, I have a threshold where I'm like, that was a successful video. Like, about, for me right now, for 250, it's about 15 now. 15, 16, 20. If I get those, that's a good video for me. And people comment, you guys' comments mean so much, but I'll get way more into that on next episode. But yeah, that's kind of why I started doing, I only wanted to do first impressions, because then you can do 5 hours of a game, and then you can talk about what you dislike and what you like on that game within the 5 hours that you played it. So I think that's really convenient for me, because I'm hyped about games when they come out. I get them day one or like day zero, because I go to like the GameStop. I know we hate GameStop, but I go to the GameStop 9 o'clock releases. I love the fact they do 9 o'clock releases now. But then we do that, and then it's like, okay, I can play this game for a couple hours, go to sleep, go to work, come back, play it for a couple more hours. Guess what? I played like 5 to 6 hours of this game. I know what it's about. I know what's going on with it. I know what I like and dislike about it. And I always say, between my 5 to 8 hours that I play it, I can probably recommend it to you. I've been playing games for like 23 years. Like, I can kind of look at a game, play it a little bit, and be like, okay, that's legit. One game I feel like that is Call of Duty. I think the Call of Duty this year is actually fairly good. One thing that Call of Duty has always done right is like the speed of the game. And Blackout is decent. I think Apex Legends is better than Blackout, but I feel like I'm gonna save all that for another episode, because the Battle Royale thing I can go on for a while for that, and I have a couple people that I would love to have on here for that. That coffee's just getting better and better every time you drink it. Better and better every time you drink it. So, but yeah, another thing, I remember somebody asking me a question, and they were like, does dating a non-gamer, does that affect the relationship? Guys have always been the gamers in relationships all the time. So I never really thought that was true. I do feel like if you have a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, both, it doesn't matter, you should, and they're a gamer also, you do get that extra, it's a plus. You get that extra commitment, or not commitment, you get that extra from that. I don't know, extra whatever, XYZ, like, you do, because then you can enjoy that together. And I think, but guys have always been the gamer. I've rarely seen like the girl's a gamer, the guys just like, screw it, I just like football, like that's it. But like, nah, like, I mean, if you can play Call of Duty together, that's an amazing relationship. It's going to be a healthy relationship for a while. It can be competitive, because especially if she's competitive, you're competitive, you're pretty competitive. Like, I think that's great. The only reason I'm talking about this is because it's a little bit personal. I know my girlfriend, like, we do like we've played like Kirby together, small things like that, because she kind of has a problem with anxiety like me when it comes to bigger games like Metro Exodus. Like, I mean, she would have a heart attack playing Metro Exodus, but I mean, things, yeah. It would be funny though. Just watch. It would be funny to watch her play that, but I just remember that question right now, because it was it was a question. I was just like, why'd you ask that? Like, it's like people have been doing that for a long time. Like, I mean, of course. Like, I know some, some girls that are in relationships that kind of play video games, but not really. But and mobile gaming doesn't mean you're a gamer. I don't care. Mobile gaming does not, like, that's pick your phone up, nah. Controller in hand, keyboard in hand. That is gaming. Oh man, how to end this off? I have no clue how to end this podcast off right now. Um, I guess what I want to say is, when it comes to Gamers Coffee, thank you guys for actually listening. I mean, I went on about a good bit of stuff. I can't wait for the next episode. I saved a lot of stuff for the next episode. I doom 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 da, da, da. I don't know if Dr. Dre song jumped in my head when I said the next episode, but I saved a lot of stuff. But yeah, this is basically going to be Gamers Coffee. Me in front of the camera talking more, not directly going at topics. So I'm not going to come on here and just start blabbering on about how Electronic Arts and Anthem is making me mad. I'm not going to come on here and talk about how the Outer Worlds and Obsidian and Xbox are all making the right moves. I'm not going to come on here and say that. I might hit certain topics like that, but I'm going to have a personal outlook or a personal flavor in the coffee with that. I guess that's the best way I can say it. I'm going to have guests. If you do want to be a guest on here, I'll hit me up. We can link up if you have a Discord, stuff like that. I'm really open with this podcast because it's a podcast that needs to flow, and I felt like I flowed pretty well on here, especially towards the middle where I got to talk about a lot of things. And yeah, there's a lot of topics I could hit. I keep forgetting some topics that I want to hit. Maybe matter of fact, I'll talk about my headphone situation. Look, when it comes to my headphones. Now, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I broke my $200 headphones. I bought another $45 headset, and I broke those too. Strictly off of FIFA. Now, you guys know, if you watch this channel, screw it. If you don't, look, FIFA, I played the FIFA 19 demo, hated it. That's my issue with FIFA right now. But when I was playing FIFA 18, broke both of those headsets, and now I am on Panasonic rig. Panasonic makes the best headsets. I think I've been with Turtle Beaches for so long, but I got recommended Panasonic, and they're absolutely amazing. This is not a sponsorship. I wish, but it's not. I'm just saying it straight up. Panasonics are great, absolutely great, and they're not flimsy. I don't want to say flimsy, but they're flexible. So if I'm gonna break them, I'm gonna have to really, really try. Like, matter of fact, the band is unbreakable, so there's no way. Okay, or I'm getting my damn money back when it comes to that. So yeah, Panasonic rigs all the way. I have 2 minutes until we hit the 30-minute mark. Look, not every episode's gonna be this long because I don't want to just drag it out with ridiculous stuff, but I felt like you guys would enjoy that about my headset situation. It's really funny to me how bad it's gotten. But yes, Gamers Coffee, first podcast. Second podcast might come out sometime next week. I don't want to do these weekly. I'll just kind of, do them when I can do them, when I can sit in front of the camera and I have things to say. So I don't bore anybody. And this is a podcast I really been wanting to do. And I feel like with this podcast, this is just the first step, and I want to be able to do a lot more with this podcast. Like I said, I'll change the background. Maybe get a green screen thing going on. Maybe finally get a better camera, get in front of a table, have people come through. I mean, it's so many. The sky's the limit. The sky is the limit when it comes to this podcast, and this is just the start of it. If you're here now, thank you for listening. If you're listening on Spotify, make sure you hit that follow button. Follow the Soul Dojo on Spotify. I'm not posting as much, but I'm definitely gonna post Gamers Coffee on there, and it should be great, man. It should be some great stuff. Make sure you guys get in the comments and let me know what topics you guys want me to hit. Hopefully you keep them a little bit game related, or if you don't, I'll find a way to incorporate gaming into it. Topics and just things you want to hear my views on, and I really appreciate you guys' time, and appreciate you guys. So make sure you guys sub to the Seoul Dojo gaming channel if you're on YouTube watching. I hope a lot of you guys are, and I will check you guys later. All right, peace.
Viewers beware. Smart but still ain't knowing nothing, sick and sipping Robitussin. Hella not myself today, give it a sec, the flow is coming. Be the type of dude you wanna ask him if he holding something. Got that high tech store bought, rolling up with. Be in the section with the people that I'm smoking with. Hit it then I hold it in, hold it then I choke again. I'm that socialist, vocalist, you show your friends. More to corruption than some Donald Trump emoluments. That really says a lot about society. Now